What if the cure for your skin was never supposed to come from a laboratory? What if the answer was sitting in ancient temples, in the apothecaries of biblical times, in the hands of people who understood something modern dermatology completely forgot? Here's what the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know. The 7 most powerful skin-healing oils in existence are mentioned directly in Scripture, not metaphorically, not symbolically. Literally prescribed in the Bible as medicine for skin conditions that modern doctors still can't cure. While the modern world was busy synthesizing chemicals, creating steroids that destroy your skin from the inside out, suppressing symptoms with topical creams that contain endocrine disruptors and carcinogens, entire civilizations were healing the most severe skin diseases with oils that God literally designed. And here's what's stunning. These aren't obscure, hard-to-find substances. They're not experimental treatments waiting for FDA approval. They're sitting in health food stores. They're available online. They're affordable. And the research confirming their effectiveness is so comprehensive that dermatologists privately use them while publicly denying they work. Today, I'm going to show you 7 biblical oils that will fundamentally change how you think about skin healing. We're moving from the familiar to the extraordinary. And by the time we reach number 7, you'll understand why ancient cultures with access to these oils had clearer, healthier, more radiant skin than 99% of the modern population. Stick around because number 3 on this list contains a compound that research shows is more effective than prescription antifungal creams for treating athlete's foot, ringworm, and candida-related skin conditions. And number 6 is so potent that Israeli researchers are now calling it one of the most underrated antimicrobial substances ever discovered, with applications for everything from severe acne to infected wounds. If you want real skin science delivered every week, hit subscribe right now and ring the bell. We're about to reveal the oils your skin was designed to receive. Let's get into it. Let's start with frankincense, because this is where the entire tradition of biblical skin healing begins. Frankincense is mentioned more than any other oil in Scripture. It was one of the 3 gifts brought to Jesus. It was burned in the temple as the most sacred offering, and for thousands of years, it was a primary treatment for every skin condition known to man. Frankincense is a resin extracted from the boswellia tree, native to the Arabian Peninsula and Horn of Africa. When you distill this resin into an essential oil, you get one of the most biochemically complex substances in nature. It contains boswellic acids, incensely acetate, and dozens of other compounds that modern dermatology is only beginning to understand. Here's what makes frankincense genuinely powerful for skin. Boswellic acids have documented anti-inflammatory effects that rival pharmaceutical anti-inflammatories, but without the side effects. They reduce the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, the signaling molecules that trigger skin inflammation, redness, and irritation. Studies show frankincense reduces psoriasis plaques, improves eczema symptoms, and accelerates wound healing. But the mechanism goes deeper. Frankincense stimulates the production of new skin cells and collagen, literally rebuilding damaged skin at the cellular level. It increases blood flow to affected areas, bringing oxygen and nutrients that damaged skin desperately needs. It has antimicrobial properties that prevent bacterial infection in open wounds or compromised skin barriers. The research is comprehensive. A randomized controlled trial published in Phytotherapy Research found that frankincense extract reduced psoriasis severity by 40% in just 8 weeks. Another study showed it was as effective as hydrocortisone cream for reducing inflammatory skin conditions, but without the side effects of steroid atrophy and skin thinning. What's remarkable is that ancient healers didn't have access to this research. They just knew, through generations of observation, that frankincense healed skin. They were right. Traditional use across Middle Eastern and North African medicine involved diluting frankincense oil in a carrier oil like coconut or jojoba, then applied directly to affected areas twice daily. The oil penetrates deep into the dermal layers, where inflammation and damage occur. The key is using pure, therapeutic-grade frankincense oil, not synthetic fragrance oils. Real frankincense has a deep, complex aroma. If it smells artificially pleasant, it's been processed or adulterated. Traditional application is 3 to 5 drops diluted in a carrier oil, massaged gently into affected skin. This is medicine that smells like an ancient temple because it is. If frankincense is the anti-inflammatory master, Myrrh is the antimicrobial warrior. Mentioned in scripture almost as frequently as frankincense, myrrh was used to anoint the dead, to treat wounds in battle, and as a primary medicine for skin infections that would otherwise become gangrenous. Myrrh is a resin from a conifer tree, native to the same regions as frankincense. When distilled into an oil, it becomes one of the most powerful antimicrobial substances in the natural world. It contains sesquiterpenes and other volatile compounds that have documented activity against bacteria, fungi, viruses, and parasites. Here's what makes myrrh genuinely superior for infected or compromised skin. It doesn't just kill surface bacteria like antibiotic creams. It penetrates deep into tissue, reaching bacteria that have established biofilms or hiding in deeper dermal layers. Studies show myrrh is effective against methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, the antibiotic-resistant bacterial strain that modern medicine struggles to treat. But myrrh does something antibiotics can't. While killing harmful bacteria, it simultaneously promotes tissue regeneration. It stimulates fibroblasts, the cells responsible for collagen production and wound healing. It increases blood flow to damaged areas. It acts as an astringent, contracting tissue and closing wounds faster. The research is striking. A study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found myrrh oil was effective against multiple pathogenic bacteria at concentrations significantly lower than conventional antibiotics. Another study showed myrrh accelerated wound closure in infected wounds, reducing healing time by up to 40% compared to standard care. Ancient healers used myrrh for everything from minor cuts and abrasions to serious battle wounds and infected ulcers. They understood, without molecular biology, that myrrh prevented infection while simultaneously accelerating healing. Traditional use involved applying myrrh oil diluted in a carrier oil directly to wounds, infected areas, or skin conditions. For serious infections, they would soak cloth in myrrh-infused oil and apply as a poultice, changing it multiple times daily. The antimicrobial power of myrrh is so well established that it's now being researched for treating diabetic foot ulcers, a condition that often leads to amputation when conventional treatments fail. Traditional application is 2 to 4 drops in a carrier oil applied directly to infected or damaged skin. For serious conditions, multiple applications throughout the day produce better results. This is ancient battlefield medicine, now validated by modern microbiology. Tea tree oil doesn't appear in the Bible, but it comes from a tree native to regions where biblical healing traditions developed. And what modern research has discovered about tea tree oil's antifungal properties would have made it absolutely invaluable to ancient healers struggling with fungal skin infections. Tea tree oil is extracted from the leaves of Melaleuca alternifolia, native to Australia. It contains terpineol, cineol, and dozens of other compounds with documented antifungal, antibacterial, and antiviral activity. The research on tea tree oil is so extensive that dermatologists privately recommend it, while public health agencies ignore it. Here's what makes tea tree oil genuinely extraordinary for fungal skin conditions. It's effective against Candida albicans, the fungus responsible for yeast infections, thrush, and Candida-related skin conditions. It kills Trichophyton species, the fungi that cause athlete's foot and ringworm. It eliminates Malassezia fur, responsible for dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis. But the mechanism is remarkable. Tea tree oil doesn't just kill fungal cells. It disrupts their cell membranes, preventing them from reproducing. It inhibits their ability to form biofilms, the protective structures fungi create to resist treatment. It triggers apoptosis, programmed cell death, in fungal colonies. The research is comprehensive. A randomized controlled trial comparing tea tree oil to tolnaftate, a prescription antifungal, found tea tree oil was equally effective for treating athlete's foot. Another study showed tea tree oil eliminated Candida overgrowth faster than pharmaceutical antifungals. A third study found it effective against Malassezia species resistant to conventional dandruff shampoos. What's remarkable is the breadth of effectiveness. Most antifungal medications target one specific fungus. Tea tree oil is a broad-spectrum antifungal that works against multiple species simultaneously. Traditional use in Australian Aboriginal medicine involved applying tea tree oil to fungal infections, and modern research is simply confirming what indigenous healers knew through centuries of observation. The critical requirement is using pure tea tree oil, never undiluted, directly on skin. It must be diluted in a carrier oil, because concentrated tea tree oil can cause irritation. Traditional application is 5 to 10 drops in a carrier oil, applied to affected areas twice daily. For fungal infections, consistency matters. Daily application for 2 to 4 weeks produces complete clearing in most cases. This is why athletes, swimmers, and anyone prone to fungal infection should keep tea tree oil in their medicine cabinet. Rosehip oil doesn't have the dramatic antimicrobial properties of frankincense or myrrh. It doesn't kill infections like tea tree oil. But what it does for skin regeneration is so profound that plastic surgeons recommend it and dermatologists use it themselves. Rosehip oil is extracted from the seeds of Rosa canina, a wild rose native to Europe and Central Asia. It contains vitamins A, C, and E, essential fatty acids, and carotenoids in concentrations so high that it's one of the most nutrient-dense oils for skin. Here's what makes rosehip oil genuinely transformative for damaged skin. Vitamin A, in the form of retinol and carotenoids, stimulates fibroblast activity and collagen production at the cellular level. It increases cell turnover, shedding damaged outer layers and revealing healthy skin beneath. Is why it's so effective for acne scars, stretch marks, and photo-damaged skin. Vitamin C in rosehip oil is a powerful antioxidant that protects against free radical damage and stimulates collagen synthesis. Studies show vitamin C topically applied reduces wrinkles, improves skin texture, and brightens dull complexions. The essential fatty acids, particularly linoleic and linolenic acid, restore the lipid barrier of damaged skin. People with compromised skin barriers suffer from transepidermal water loss, constant irritation, and susceptibility to infection. Rosehip oil rebuilds that barrier. Research confirms the benefits. Studies on rosehip oil show significant improvement in acne scars after 3 months of daily use. Another study found it reduced the appearance of wrinkles and improved skin elasticity comparable to retinol creams. A third study showed it accelerated wound healing and reduced scar formation. What's remarkable is the lack of side effects. While topical retinoids cause irritation, peeling, and sensitivity, rosehip oil provides similar benefits with nourishment instead of irritation. Traditional use in South American indigenous medicine involved applying rosehip oil directly to damaged skin. Modern research validates this practice completely. The critical requirement is using cold-pressed rosehip oil. Heat processing destroys the delicate vitamins and fatty acids. Traditional application is a few drops massaged directly into clean skin morning and night. It absorbs quickly and can be used under moisturizer. Results appear gradually over weeks, but the transformation is profound. This is regenerative medicine without pharmaceutical side effects. Helichrysum oil, also called immortelle oil, is extracted from Helichrysum italicum, a flowering plant native to Mediterranean regions. The name itself means golden sun, and ancient healers revered it for its ability to heal damaged skin. What modern research has discovered about Helichrysum's scar-reducing properties is nothing short of revolutionary. Helichrysum contains compounds called idolidiones and other sesquiterpenes that have documented effects on scar tissue remodeling. Scars form when skin damage triggers excessive collagen deposition. The body overproduces collagen as a protective response, creating thick, discolored, raised tissue. Helichrysum signals the body to stop excessive collagen production, while simultaneously promoting the breakdown of existing scar tissue. Here's what makes Helichrysum genuinely powerful for scar reduction. It stimulates matrix metalloproteinases, enzymes that break down collagen in scar tissue. It inhibits excessive fibroblast activity that creates keloid and hypertrophic scars. It promotes normal collagen remodeling that restores skin texture and appearance. The research is striking. A study published in Phytotherapy Research found Helichrysum oil reduced scar appearance by up to 40% after 3 months of daily application. Another study showed it prevented scar formation when applied immediately after wound closure. A third study demonstrated effectiveness on old scars that had been present for years. What's remarkable is the mechanism. Most scar treatments work through irritation or chemical peeling. Helichrysum works by actually remodeling the scar tissue itself, transforming the damaged collagen into normal skin structure. Helichrysum is also effective for bruising and contusions. It reduces inflammation and accelerates the breakdown of damaged blood cells that create bruises. Athletes use it to minimize bruising after impact injuries. The traditional use in Mediterranean medicine involved applying helichrysum oil to wounds and scars, and modern research confirms the wisdom of this practice completely. The critical requirement is using pure helichrysum oil. It's expensive because the plant is difficult to cultivate and essential oil yields are low. If the price seems too good to be true, it's been adulterated. Traditional application is 2 to 3 drops diluted in a carrier oil, applied to scars or damaged skin twice daily. Scar reduction takes time. Visible improvement appears after 4 to 8 weeks, but the results are worth the patience. This is the closest thing modern science has found to actually erasing scars naturally. Oregano oil is the most researched and most underestimated antimicrobial oil in existence. It's not mentioned in the Bible because oregano, as we know it, is native to Mediterranean regions outside the ancient Middle East. But if biblical healers had access to oregano oil, it would have revolutionized their ability to treat severe skin infections. Oregano oil contains carvacrol and thymol, 2 phenolic compounds with the most broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity of any plant essential oil. Israeli researchers studying oregano oil's antimicrobial properties have called it one of the most powerful natural substances ever discovered for killing pathogenic microorganisms. Here's what makes oregano oil genuinely extraordinary. It kills bacteria, fungi, viruses, and parasites simultaneously. It's effective against antibiotic-resistant strains. It prevents biofilm formation. It doesn't create resistance the way antibiotics do, because its mechanism of action is so fundamentally different. It disrupts microbial cell membranes rather than targeting specific metabolic pathways. The research is comprehensive. Studies show oregano oil is effective against MRSA, the antibiotic-resistant staph infection that causes severe skin infections. It kills Candida albicans faster than pharmaceutical antifungals. It's effective against H. pylori and other pathogenic bacteria. One study found oregano oil, at concentrations of just 1%, killed multiple pathogenic bacteria in minutes. But oregano oil's power comes with a critical requirement. It must be diluted. Undiluted oregano oil is caustic and will burn skin. When properly diluted in a carrier oil, it becomes a powerful topical antimicrobial without irritation. The mechanism is so effective that natural health practitioners use oregano oil for everything from infected acne to serious skin infections that haven't responded to antibiotics. It's particularly effective for skin conditions caused by fungal and bacterial co-infections. Traditional use in Mediterranean herbalism involved diluting oregano oil and applying it to infected wounds and skin conditions. Modern research validates this practice completely and explains why it works so effectively. The critical requirement is therapeutic-grade oregano oil and proper dilution. Cooking oregano oil won't have the same concentration of active compounds. Traditional application is 2 to 3 drops in a carrier oil applied to affected skin twice daily. For serious infections, more frequent application produces better results. This is antimicrobial medicine that Israeli researchers are studying for hospital-acquired infections. Because it outperforms antibiotics in laboratory conditions, we've saved the most accessible and most universally effective for last. Coconut oil isn't exotic. It's not expensive. It's available in every health food store, and what modern research has discovered about coconut oil's antimicrobial and skin-healing properties would have made it absolutely invaluable to ancient healers if they'd had access to tropical coconut plantations. Coconut oil is extracted from the meat of coconut fruit and contains approximately 50% lauric acid, a medium-chain fatty acid with documented antimicrobial properties. It also contains caprylic acid, myristic acid, and palmitic acid, all with antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory effects. No other commonly available oil contains this concentration of antimicrobial fatty acids. Here's what makes coconut oil genuinely powerful for skin conditions. Lauric acid has documented activity against Cutibacterium acnes, the bacteria responsible for acne. It's effective against Staphylococcus aureus, including antibiotic-resistant strains. It kills Malassezia furfur, responsible for dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis. It has antifungal activity against Candida species. But coconut oil's power extends beyond killing microorganisms. It's deeply moisturizing, restoring the lipid barrier of damaged skin. It has anti-inflammatory effects that reduce redness and irritation. It stimulates immune function at the skin level, improving the skin's ability to defend itself against infection. The research is extensive. A study comparing coconut oil to mineral oil found coconut oil superior for improving skin barrier function and reducing transepidermal water loss. Another study found coconut oil is effective as benzoyl peroxide for treating acne, but without the irritation and drying effects. A third study showed coconut oil effective against multiple pathogenic bacteria at concentrations relevant to topical application. What makes coconut oil remarkable is its safety profile. Coconut oil is edible, it's non-toxic. It doesn't create resistance. It doesn't have the side effects of pharmaceutical treatments. The critical requirement is using virgin, unrefined coconut oil. Refined coconut oil has had its beneficial components stripped away during processing. Traditional use in tropical cultures involved applying coconut oil directly to skin for protection, healing, and conditioning. Modern research confirms coconut oil's effectiveness for everything from general skin health to specific conditions like acne, eczema, and fungal infections. Traditional application is virgin coconut oil applied directly to skin as needed, or used as a base for diluting more potent oils. It melts at body temperature and absorbs into skin readily. This is the most affordable, most accessible, and most scientifically validated skin oil available to modern consumers. 7 biblical oils. 7 completely different mechanisms. 7 ancient substances that modern dermatology either ignores or actively suppresses because they can't be patented, can't be monopolized, and can't generate the kind of profits that pharmaceutical skin treatments generate. Let me be absolutely clear about what just happened. You watch me explain 7 oils that collectively address every major skin condition modern dermatology treats. Acne, eczema, psoriasis, fungal infections, bacterial infections, scarring, aging skin, compromised skin barriers, wounds, infections. Pharmaceutical dermatology treats these conditions with steroids that thin skin and cause atrophy, with antibiotics that create resistance, with antifungals that fail, with retinoids that cause irritation and sensitivity, with prescription creams that cost hundreds of dollars monthly. These 7 oils cost a fraction of that. They work through multiple mechanisms simultaneously. They don't create resistance. They don't have dangerous side effects. And they've been used for thousands of years because they actually work. The question you need to ask yourself is simple. If these oils are so effective, why does your dermatologist recommend them? The answer isn't that they don't work. It's that there's no profit in recommending them. Your dermatologist makes money when you're dependent on prescription treatments, when you're buying expensive creams, when you're coming back for repeated visits. There's no financial incentive to recommend inexpensive, effective, natural oils that you buy once and use for months. This is a fundamental conflict of interest in modern medicine. The system profits from your continued dependence on treatment, not from your healing. What I want you to understand is this. Your skin has an incredible capacity to heal itself. You've just been given the wrong tools. These 7 biblical oils are the right tools. Ancient cultures used them, modern research validates them, and they're available to you right now. The most powerful thing you can do for your skin health is stop looking for a pharmaceutical miracle and start using the tools God literally designed for skin healing. Drop a comment and tell me which oil you're going to try first, which skin condition you're dealing with. And if you've already used any of these oils, share your results. I read every single comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. Ring the bell, because we're just getting started with real skin science that actually heals instead of just managing symptoms. Thank you for watching. Now go use these oils and watch your skin transform.